Hello, all my dear students of class 9th. Welcome to biology class. Students, before the summer vacations, we started with the chapter Improvement in Food Resources. But this chapter has been deleted as per the new revised syllabus of CBSE because of COVID-19 pandemic. So, according to the revised syllabus, let us today begin with the chapter Why Do We Fall Ill? Students, illness is a state of being unwell and is an expression of some disease. So, when do we say we are ill? When we are in a state of being unwell, when we are not feeling well. And this uneasiness, the state of being unwell, is an expression of some disease. It means it expresses that there is something wrong going on within the body. Now, disease, it is the malfunctioning of any body organ due to some reason. So, when do we say that we are suffering from disease? When some of our body organ or body part is not functioning properly, that is, it is malfunctioning, it is called disease. Now, this disease and illness, it leads to ill health or poor health. It means, what can we say? That these three concepts, illness, disease and health, are interrelated issues. Now students, World Health Organization has defined health in a more comprehensive way. They have defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. Before the definition given by the World Health Organization, people used to think that disease is related with health. If a person is not suffering from a disease, that person is healthy. But World Health Organization had said that good health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Now let us see these three parameters of health according to WHO. Number one, physical health. Physical health refers to the normal state of structure and functioning of the various body organs. Physical health reflects that all our body parts and body organs are functioning in the normal state. And physical health can be easily determined by several tests, like various medical tests. We go for blood test, urine test, stool test, etc. And also through physical examinations, like we undergo ECGs and MRIs, etc. So physical health can be easily determined. The second parameter is mental health. Now students, mental health is related or associated with the mental satisfaction of a person. Mental satisfaction means it maintains a balance between individuals' expectations and achievements. Now what we expect, if we achieve it, it's good. But if we don't achieve it, if we are in a state of good mental health, we do not undergo a state of depression or failure if we are not ex- uh, if we are not receiving or we are not achieving our achievement. We reason out for not getting our goal and then start to work on it. Now students, mental health is difficult to measure. There are certain psychometric tests through which we can examine our mental health, but still it is difficult to measure as compared to physical health. Now the third parameter of good health according to WHO is social health. Now social health implies social well-being. And what is social well-being? That is good relations and happiness at your home, at the working place, and with neighbors and friends. That are we able to cooperate and appreciate the acts of others, have criticism in a positive way and give criticism in a positive way or not. This reflects our social health, and social health is the hardest to measure among the three types of health, that is physical, mental and social health. Now, what is a good health? A person is regarded to be healthy when he shows certain characteristics. Number 1, absence of disease. Number 2, absence of any physical deformity. Absence of physical deformity means no body organ or body part is either D-shaped or not functioning properly. Third, absence of any mental problem, no mental issues, no case of depression, etc. Fourth, absence of social tension. We do not come under the pressure of the society or our peer group. Number 5th, purposeful living. Purposeful living implies that are we leading life and thinking that we are doing our deeds for some purpose? Are we satisfied with our expectations and our achievements? Number 6, absence of hereditary defects. Hereditary defects are the defects or the physical or mental problems that pass on from one generation to another as they are at the genetic level. And number 7th is freedom from anxiety. So, if a person reflects these characteristics, it means the person can be regarded as healthy, otherwise not. Students, the assignment of the topics that we have discussed today are available on the school website. Answer those questions in your biology notebook, and in the next video we shall be discussing the distinctions between being healthy and being disease free. Thank you very much.